My philosophy, and I hope you will respect it, is that America, being a noble and moral country, has an obligation to save as many unborn babies as it can. Okay? That's my philosophy. And I think every American should agree with me. The more unborn babies we save, the better for this country on a moral basis. So the baby is birthed, the mother can't handle it, it goes to adoption. There are millions of Americans who want to adopt babies now. Millions. Okay? That's the best outcome. Save as many as possible. If we could all just agree on that, then we could deal with the other situations without hatred. Okay? All right, I want you to know my philosophy. Now, Canada, Cheap Shot Canada, and this is Trudeau and his Minister of Families, Karina Gould, says, hey, if you want an abortion, come on up to here. We'll give you an abortion no matter what, anytime. Come on up to Canada. This is Trudeau, this little jerk. All right? No concern about unborn. None. You Americans, you come on up here, we'll give, but you better bring money. Because you had to pay in advance. In advance. To get an abortion in Canada. Okay? Got to pay all expenses for it and for the procedure itself. But that was a cheap shot, Justin, you little nerd. I hate to name call, but that guy, as bad as Biden is, I wouldn't trade Biden for Justin Trudeau. Okay, so I'm not going to get into the abortion debate. I'm just going to review fast that the likely outcome of Roe v. Wade going down is constitutionally based. So the three drivers of the Constitution, I'm putting on my history teacher hat here. I hope you won't be bored by it. The three guys who basically forged how we all live now, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and Benjamin Franklin. Franklin was the wise old sage that Jefferson and Madison bounced stuff off. It wasn't George Washington, wasn't John Adams. It was those three, all right? They basically wanted a country where the states, there were 13, remember, when we broke away from England, they had the power to regulate social situations, and abortion is a social situation, okay? The states would have the power. Therefore, slavery was permitted in the southern states, but in the north, those states banned it, most of them. Okay, that's the best example I can give you. And the federal government stepped aside. Said the states are responsible for that. What the federal government was empowered to do by Jefferson, Madison, and Franklin was to defend us from foreign nations that would harm us and regulate commerce, trade, business, overseas and intrastate, and print a currency so that each state didn't have its own money. That's it. Business, protection against foreigners who would attack us. That's all the founders wanted the federal government to do. And the states would do all the rest. So the 10th Amendment says, if it's not specifically in writing in the Constitution, and an issue comes up, a la abortion, because abortion is not in the Constitution, the states handle it. It's in stone. So that's what the 5 conservative Supreme Court justices are going to rule. That Roe v. Wade goes out of the 10th Amendment, violates it, so we have to knock that out and let the states individually decide on abortion law within their boundaries. We all get that now? Because I can tell you this, very few corporate media types, cable network, understand that. They don't know what's going on. And they don't care. They're not smart enough to know. Now, how did we get to a central government that runs a lot of our lives? We got there because the left doesn't like the states. The progressives hate state jurisdictions. They want everything run out of Moscow or Beijing or Washington, D.C. You understand? The reason that the founders, again, Jefferson, Madison, Franklin, put in well-armed militia is imperative for democracy was because they wanted individual states to allow their citizens to have guns to protect themselves. Because at that point, the federal government couldn't fight off all the enemies. So they wanted the states to be able to do it if there was an insurrection, Native Americans attacked, whatever it may be. You understand that there was a reasoning there. So these anti-gun nuts say, oh, no, they're not going to. You cannot violate the Second Amendment. It's there for a reason. The founders empowered people to defend themselves. See, I mean, I feel like I'm back in high school teaching. And I hope you don't think I'm being supercilious word of the day. That's arrogant. I'm not. But when I watch these cable news hosts and these network people in the morning, and they don't know anything. Nothing about history, nothing about the Constitution. This is blah, 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 blah. If I debated Chuck Schumer on the Constitution, how long do you think Chucky Boy would last? How long? I'd knock him out in the first round. I didn't have to be rude. I wouldn't have to raise my voice. I'd just go boom, 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 boom. And Chucky couldn't answer any of it because he doesn't understand it. And he doesn't want to understand it. That's the key. The progressives don't want this Constitution. It's keeping them from imposing socialism and draconian behavioral concepts. The states keep them from imposing that. Okay. And that segment that I just did is one of the most important segments you will ever hear. And I want to get that out on Facebook. I don't even know how that happens, but I'm telling my people now, get that out on Facebook. Everybody's got to hear that.